Good day. It's February 24th, 2025. I am at Mission San Luis Rey in Oceanside, California. And it was just open air ranting. Not too loud. I'm just sitting in my car, but I'm talking about it, especially to the ones that can hear me. I guided over here. Basically, this is like a mutual meeting ground between me and the ones that can't speak with me. It's easier for them to know and communicate with me here than other places where these beings that are messing with them mess with them more because they're not on church grounds. Here, see, I can meet with the Aryans and the European people here without having that kind of trouble, because those sick, evil freaks, fallen angel freaks, have a real hard time being here. Now, that's part of the reason, but so I'm supposed to talk about the spirit of Jezebel and my experience with what's going on with all this sex magic stuff and the blonde-haired, blue-eyed women and the green-eyed women. I was explaining in the parking lot over by the library earlier that basically there's a very abusive relationship that I've had with them, based around them being abusive to me and making me be angry and abusive. In defense, it's like retaliating against being abused. And this is things that have happened primarily spiritual. God does not really let me have dreams much anymore because I get terrorized in my dreams. So what's happened is when I'm asleep, I don't have any dreams anymore because these freaks won't stop trying to terrorize me in my dreams. While I'm wide awake, though, I go into a dreamlike state. When I'm doing certain things, I can it's like at will. I can astral travel, right? And God's giving me certain gifts to be able to perceive things as I'm doing this while I'm wide awake, as if I'm dreaming. And this is intentional because of this very specific reason, that I'm dealing with powers and principalities. I'm being spiritually terrorized. And it's through the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, and green-eyed women. And part of it is because they've used that against me as this weapon to terrorize me. And it's not just them, but they're the main ones. And what's been done, it's heartbreaking, dude. It is the most heartbreaking, saddening, it's infuriating and disgusting. And there goes the siren. I mean, every time I break through a demonic stronghold, the sirens go off, the car alarms go off, something happens, dude. And I'm not the only one. If you listen to Tiffany Intuitive One's readings or other people that get confirmations from their cell phones or, sirens or horns, car alarms, dude, this is really happening, dude. This is part of it. I can literally explain how it's all working with the frequencies and the everything. Anyhow, I'm going to be explaining it, and none of you weirdo nerds know what I know, so you're going to be wanting to know what I know, and you're not going to steal it from me using divination abuse, you freaks. I have a right to defend myself against being spiritually terrorized, you sick, nasty, evil freaks. And I'm talking primarily to the non-physical beings that are messing with me, messing with the people around me. It's because I'm talking about the blue-eyed and green-eyed women. The paranormal stuff starts going on because they don't want me talking about it. They want me to let them continue abusing me. When I start defending myself, the paranormal activity starts going on. Isn't that right? Blonde-haired, blue-eyed people. Isn't that right? And it's usually only when I have my cell phone on. I can prove it, dude. They've done everything they can to like try to stop me from being able to do this. And it's because the fabric of reality has been damaged. They need to get honest, dude. The siren stopped. Alright, guys. I'm at the Catholic Church. When are you going to come talk to me? I saw a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman that was parked next to me earlier before I left the library. And it was it's like an archetype almost. It's like a kind of like a tough, I want to say tomboy, blue-eyed, blonde-haired woman. She was shorter though, wearing jeans. She looked like, probably did like, farming, gardening kind of stuff, maybe, or like work with animals. She had a business on the side of her car that had a dragonfly as a symbol out of all the symbols, right? And she's like specialized in like aromatherapy oils and like therapeutic things to help people heal, like with animals or like plants. And it was like shamanism, dude. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I could get along with a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman like that, and I did before. Donna was my nutrition teacher, dude. Like, toughest Icelandic woman you'll probably ever meet, dude. Scary. She was the best teacher I ever had because she didn't tell lies. She told the truth, dude. She's older now, but, like, yeah, dude. She lost her job, I think, because she told the truth to the dean about everything. And students complained or whatever that she was telling the truth. Yeah, so, like, you can't tell the truth being a college professor nowadays. She was that kind of college professor. She's blonde-haired, blue-eyed, Icelandic Viking woman, She, like, was one of the few people that I could have contact with after all this stuff has gone down. She was in the same Nazi groups that I was, not really affiliated with them, but she saw the stuff I was posting on Facebook and Gab and everything. And I'm sure the government knows who she is, too. Right there with me. It's like right there next to this lady in the parking lot. I'm magnetizing right now. And as I'm speaking about this stuff with the blonde-haired, blue-eyed women, they're all like, all of a sudden, they're like the ones that like maybe belong in my life and that can help me resolve this by talking to me and like being a decent human to me. They're magnetizing to me. And the ones that really aren't that great for me, like the cruel ones, they're not going to be able to like get too close to me, dude. Because God doesn't want that for me. So like there's like this weird force field around me when I'm doing these things. Or if like you're allowed in, you're obviously like God's like okay with you being around me. And if you're not allowed in, like you got to stay back. Like it's an energy thing, dude. And it's undeniable. It's part of what's going on with this paranormal activity. When somebody has to leave and can't be around me, they gotta go, dude. And when somebody like needs to be around me, like certain things happen to make sure that like it can happen. So I've been telling truth all day today about the blonde-haired, blue-eyed women and everything and all this weird nonsense. Dude, it is disgusting and sickening. I'm telling you, man. It would be so much better if they would just stop being cruel and evil to me. You tomboy freaks. The last thing they want to do, especially these Nazi ones, the witches, last thing they want to do is admit they're wrong. Because they're a bunch of narcissistic tomboy freaks. They like abusing men. They like abusing feminine men is what they like doing. It's like their weird fetish. And then there's these guys. They thought I was one of them, right? And I almost got caught up in this nasty, like, inordinate affection of, like, older tomboy women abusing younger feminine men. The memes are all out there. The Zoomers, the generation after mine, Generation Z, they've had their brains just totally poisoned by this stuff. They got things called cat boys. I never got into any of that disgusting evil stuff, dude. It's been just like, what's wrong with you Aryan freaks? You know, like, you need to be speaking against this, not promoting it. What is wrong with you freaks? So this is stuff, you know, like Nick Fuentes getting into all this stuff. I don't even, it's just so disgusting. And okay, so I have no part in that. Nothing to do with, like, the weird transgenderism stuff, other than, like, admitting that, you know, I did what I did when I was younger. But, like, cross-dressing, you know, like, I'm like a 5-year-old putting on girls' clothes, dude. Yeah, like, weird. And you know, later on, yeah, it was weird. And my dad wasn't there. He probably would have, like, beat the hell out of me if he knew about it or something, you know? He probably should have. It's like, what? Nobody really knew, though. You see, that's like, a lot of people have had their minds poisoned, dude. And these things, you know, there's that saying, you're as sick as your secrets, right? Well, guess what? Secrets are coming out. And a lot of these older women who are predatory towards younger, like, feminine men, they're very abusive. And it's like a whole different kind of cruelty that I've experienced. It's disgusting. It is disgusting, man. It's wicked. God does not want older feminine men with... No, excuse me. Let me start over. God does not want older masculine women, tomboys, in relationships with younger feminine men that are abusive relationships where the older woman abuses the younger man. And it's gone so far as it's like some of these women want to actually, like, you know, pretend to be the man, and the man wants to pretend to be the woman. No. That is inordinate affection. It's perverse. It's disgusting. I never condoned it. I never will. You nasty, evil tomboy freaks. Every single one of you being abusive to men like that deserves, like, just... You need to be away from everybody. Like, in a padded room somewhere for a long time. Possibly forever. It's disgusting, dude. And I've seen some of the evil filth on the internet, dude. Like, the memes, the porn, like, it's traumatized people, dude. Like, people are damaged. It's demonic. It's evil. Some of the stuff that I've seen, it's like the stuff that'll scar you for life, dude. It's not okay that this stuff's getting spread on the internet to younger people like it's cool or normal, you sick, evil freaks. Why do you think I call you sick, evil freaks, and I call you nasty? It's nasty, dude. What's wrong with you, man? The Bible calls it inordinate affection. These things are inordinate forms of affection. God doesn't like it. It's perversion. It's dirty. Anybody who's been afflicted by this needs to ask God to cleanse their mind, to cleanse their heart, to cleanse their soul, and to protect their tongue and their thoughts. You speak about these things or you think about them. It can make you sick, dude. If you have thoughts that are dirty from being affected by this, ask God to remove the thoughts and to protect you from having thoughts like that. This stuff is the stuff of nightmares. It causes nightmares. One of the things I've said in the past, and I'll say it again, law enforcement who has to keep track of all this evil, filthy crap on the internet. I'd like to serve as a chaplain to them. Because God knows that they've had to see probably far worse things than I've ever had to see. And more. On top of everything that I've had to see. Nobody ever thinks about those people. The people that are seeing all the evil crap going on the internet that nobody else sees. Yeah. Why do you think I'm so angry and I hate these freaks so much? They're the kind of people that laugh and pretend like it's cool to be Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Openly. On Facebook. While nobody really says anything to try to stop it. Spreading serial killer memes that influence people to kill each other. Like it's cool. You nasty, evil tomboy freaks. You've got a lot of destruction to take responsibility for. I suggest you cease the destruction and start cleaning up the mess. Like I told you to do over nearly 2 years ago, you stupid freaks. Everybody's gonna know who to hate. You nasty evil freaks, poisoning people's minds with your disgusting evil MK Ultra race war memes and satanic transgender memes. No. If there's one reason why I know that somebody in law enforcement has really been looking out for me, it's because when I was going through what I was going through, one of the Fresno County sheriffs was one of my friends on Facebook. Seeing everything. You nasty evil freaks. When the Aryan people find out what you've done to poison the minds of their children, They're gonna hate you. And they're gonna love me for telling the truth about what you nasty evil freaks have done. It's time to get honest and clean up the mess, you abusive freaks.